Hey, welcome back. So I recently installed my winch and I ordered an Ultrahook for it. And I also ordered the rope cover. So I figured I'd record installing the rope cover on the hook. All right, so I did get this powder coated, and when the rivets are in, not a big fan of the silver, so I'm going to be painting these. So before I install, I'm actually going to tape this off so I can easily spray it once it's all installed. Extra step for most people who don't care about that. I'm pretty particular. I don't have any silver on the Jeep right now, and I'd like to keep it that way. So I got it partially taped off. I'm going to finish taping it once it's actually on there, but I want to get around the rivet holes just to make it easier. I figured once it's installed, it's going to be hard to tape there. All right, so on the hook, we remove all 4 of these rubber bumpers. So 2 of them we're going to be reusing, so make sure to hold on to them. So 2 to use, and the 2 from the one side are going to be replaced by the cable guard. So cable guard fits right over there. And then we're going to use 4 rivets into each one of these holes. I'll try not to over tape so that they wouldn't get in the hole and make it hard to go in. They should be a pretty snug fit. Once they're in there, we're going to use this punch tool. Just want to line it up. And so I'm just getting them in a little bit as soon as it breaks the metal. They're in there just a little bit, and then we're gonna knock them all the way in until they're completely flush. All right, so after pounding for a couple hours, you'll get the rivets in, and I finished taping it off afterwards, so just gonna hit it with some spray. So what I've been using lately for anything black, instead of just black regular paint, I'm using the truck bed lining from Rust-Oleum. It's actually super durable, nice textured black, good matte look. So I've been using that for a lot of the bolts and stuff that I've kind of been doing the same thing with. All right, we're back for take 2. So yesterday we taped it off, tried to spray the bolts, did not work well. When we removed the tape, the paint traveled all underneath it. I think that we had to, and on top of that, we pounded the cover a couple times. We were having a really hard time getting the rivets in. I think it's because of the powder coating. I think that just that little bit of extra diameter made it really difficult to get them in. We had to go much harder at it than we expected, and we did some damage. So between that, the painting not going well, we just decided to tape the whole thing off, and we're just going to cover the whole thing in black. And again, using Rust-Oleum truck bed lining, found it to be super durable, gives it a nice texture, and a really good black. So we're going to give it a couple coats, and after everything is dry, it does take longer to dry than typical paint. So after that, we'll come back and reattach the rubber bumpers. So we'll get it painted and be right back. So we let it cure for a couple of days, and we have our blacked out look. The gold did not work out, and really in hindsight, I think it was the powder coating. If you do powder coat it, maybe go in there with a Dremel and just sand out a little bit inside the holes, and that'll probably make it easier to get those rivets in. But for us, it was exceedingly difficult to get them in. So the only thing left is the bumpers from the back. Just need to put them back in. Now, they do say that you might need to lubricate these just a little bit. I don't think you need to go anything like WD-40, but what they even recommend is like soap and water. So I have just a solution here. Yeah, and as soon as I sprayed that, it pops right in. There we have it, ready to install in the Jeep. Have the hook ready to go. Just going to release this a little bit. Maybe get this hook off. So for this one, just use our pliers. Pull out this pin. Well, we want to make sure that we have it going the exact way that we want, so we want it like that. Put that in, and this should be able to squeeze right in there and it'll pop out. Yep. Just goes right in. And we are good to go. And then we can pull it nice and tight. And we are done.